What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 16 now of the My Player Career Mode. In today's episode, we have 2 Premier League games, but on top of that, we've also got a Cup game, and in the Cup last time out, we managed to hit ourselves a hat-trick. So, looking forward to this episode because I want to try and get myself some more goals to get ourselves on England's radar, as that is the overall goal for this season. We're not aiming for anything other than that, really. I don't see us getting the Golden Boot, and I also don't see Hull City winning the Premier League here with us at striker. So my only aim for this season is to try and get myself into that World Cup or European, is it Euros? I can't remember. In 2018 now? We are in 2018. So it will be the World Cup. So we're trying to get ourselves into the World Cup squad come at the end of the season. So the only way for us to do that is to try and score some more goals. And right now, I don't think we're doing too badly in terms of Premier League goals. I think we've hit about 7 in, I do believe, about 14 games, which isn't too bad. I think it's actually about more games than that. I'm not entirely sure. But I know for sure, in terms of the FA Cup games and goals, we're actually doing pretty well for ourselves. But 9 minutes into this first game against Norwich here in this Premier League game, we should have been 1-0 up, as I did send my teammate through. It was Klukas, actually. Sent him through with a through ball, but he sent his effort miles wide. Like, considering the space and time he had in the box there, he didn't hit the target, and I was extremely disappointed with him for that one. But 84 minutes in, it took right until the second half for anything to happen. We created another chance for ourselves. I did send in my teammate, and I was thinking surely at this point, but unfortunately he was unable to find the back of the net, and I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, are you actually joking me right now? The fact that you've not managed to find the back of the net in both of the chances that I've given you, teammates, is absolutely shocking. Both of those I would have liked to have on the other end if they'd have been playing me in, and it might have been a different story, but we were unable to get ourselves the goal there. And in the end, we did draw the game against Norwich 0-0. So very boring first game to this episode, and I do apologise for that. The only reason that was so boring was because A, my teammates couldn't finish, and Norwich were actually trying to play for themselves for a point, which I guess is a very good game plan if it works out, because it did in the end work out for them. But I was a bit disappointed as well, because it just felt as though the service to me on that game wasn't quite up to the standard that I was hoping it would be. It seems like I was having to go a bit deeper to receive the ball, which is exactly what you saw there. And the matter was that when I was actually going deeper to receive the ball, it meant that I was then not giving myself enough chances in and around the box, and I was actually having to play my teammates in, rather it be the other way around. So, a bit disappointed with that one. The service was a bit off. As you can see, we are currently sat wow, there's actually been 21 Premier League games. Holy moly, I wasn't expecting that. But we are sat 3rd at the moment, which is pretty damn crazy. 2 points behind top place. So, 21 Premier League games, we've only hit 7 goals, I think. That's not very good, let's face it. So that's what? 1 goal every 3 games. So, you know, in terms of our goal conversion rate, probably not the best, but I still see us being able to get into this World Cup side come the end of the season. So 15 minutes into this one against Hull City, or rather against Newcastle, we are Hull City. An absolutely brilliant run from me. Again, though, my teammates just let me down. This time it was off the bar, and again, it felt as though I was having to come deep to receive the ball earlier on in this game. I don't know if it was because Newcastle were trying to play out for a draw as well, as much as Norwich were in the last one. Obviously, when a newly promoted side comes up, it's a bit more difficult for us to try and get something out of the game, because they do sort of sit back and just try and defend it and counter-attack. So I do have to sort of come a bit deeper to receive the ball. But again, I mean, you look where I am certainly sat there. I was hoping to be playing on the last defender, and finally I did get my first chance of the episode. But when I got into the position I did, I was going to try and cut it back onto my left, but in the end I took the strike on, tried to do a low-driven shot, but unfortunately at this point I wasn't quite. I'm still not good at them. Like, I still have a lot of work to do with low-driven shots. Trying to get to the point where I know that I can score every single time, like, you know, Cecina Penfez doing and stuff like that. But I'm just not that great at low-driven shots, and yeah, you're going to see a lot of it. A lot of the time I do miss a lot of low-driven shots, but at the same time as well, I have worked some of it out and do know how it quite works. But there, wasn't able to do so. It was on my weaker right foot, and I probably should have done better with the chance. But then we had one more chance, pretty much straight from the same one. Again, on my weaker right foot again. I decided to take this one early once again. I should have tried to cut it back onto my stronger foot, as my weak foot isn't brilliant. And if I'd have put either of those chances away, we would have come away with 3 points in this one. But I was unable to do so, and it meant we did get another 0-0 draw. I'm sure Newcastle would have been happy with that one, as I did shake the hand of Jack Colback, saying a very well done to him. But I have to say, I was very, very disappointed in myself to not put the chances away that I had. You know, I can't blame my team for that one. The first game I can, because the service to myself was a bit poor earlier on in that other game. But in that one there, it was literally me. I had 2 chances to finish the game off, and I missed them both. So I can only blame myself for that one. It wasn't the service that I was being given. The team did give me enough service. They gave me 2 chances in the game, and had I been better myself, I surely would have put one of those away, but unfortunately wasn't able to do so. And that's what's going to cause us to not get an England starting position in the World Cup, in my opinion. The fact that we weren't able to convert our chances there that we had. You know, if this was a World Cup competition, and I was playing for England in front of an English crowd, and I missed those chances, that'd be bigger than that. So, you know, I guess as England as a nation is I don't know why I'm going off on a big tangent like this, but because obviously we know we're never going to play for England in real life. But England fans in real life are next level, like, mental. It's just crazy. 1 minute they're absolutely behind you, the next minute they're just slating you behind your back, and it's like weird because every single competition we go into as an England fan, it's always the same. We're always like, oh yeah, we're going to do well this time. We've got a good team, the best team that we've had in the last few years. We go into it, and then we end up getting like knocked out without even winning a game in knockout phases, and then we go, oh, I was expecting that anyway, as if we knew that was going to happen when, at the start of it, we're all saying, oh yeah, we're going to win. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, as an England fan, you always have high ambitions and low expectations, and at least I do anyway. I know I have high ambitions and low expectations going into an England game, but I don't know about you guys, but regardless of that, we're hoping we can get ourselves into the England side in the World Cup coming up. But 22 minutes into this FA Cup game here against Scunthorpe, we obviously hit a hat-trick last time out in our FA Cup game. We had a chance to get ourselves on the board. A lovely ball through from Jake Livermore. Brought it down on my chest, but was unable to convert the chance in the end again. Weaker right foot, it's just not good enough at the moment. But you can see here, 24 minutes in, I did manage to find my first goal of the episode. And it was against, obviously, a weaker side in Scunthorpe, which is a bit of a disappointment. But an absolutely wonderful finish it was. 25 minutes in, managed to cut myself onto my left foot. As soon as I saw my chance miss with my right foot, I was like, right, I'm on my right foot again. There's no chance of me taking this on my right. I'm going to try and cut it onto my left. I managed to get it across on the left. Keeper didn't even move. That was one of those low-driven shots, but I guess it didn't actually go that low. Actually, I don't think it was a low-driven shot. I did actually attempt the low-driven shot there back across the goalkeeper, but in the end, it seemed to just, not be a driven shot at all, and ended up just sort of going past the goalkeeper, and the keeper doesn't move. So I guess it was one of those things, but that makes it my 4th goal in the FA Cup at the moment. So we obviously hit a hat-trick in our first game. Can we do the same here? It's against a weaker side. Last time out was against Blackburn. This one is against Scunthorpe. So I can't really read into this too much, and if England are going off the form that we're having in the FA Cup, I'll be definitely eschewing to make the plane to the World Cup. But, there's no... Actually, I've seen this. I don't even know if England will qualify for that one, as I did make it 2-0 there in the 34th minute. Well, I guess it was a bit of a lucky one there. The keeper didn't manage to save it, but in the end, we did manage to put the ball in the back of the net. But I'm saying that we want to be in the England side come the World Cup. That's if England even qualify. I'm not expecting them to not qualify, but it could go all wrong for Southgate's men. We could actually not qualify for the competition, but obviously if we didn't qualify, I think the majority of myself and the fans will be very disappointed. And I want to try and get myself on that plane like I've mentioned, and to do it in the FA Cup, if they're looking at FA Cup performances, we could possibly hit 2 hat-tricks in 2 games. I guess they are against lower opponents, but if they are looking at FA Cup performances, we're a shoo-in for the plane. If they're looking at Premier League performances, however, may be tough to get ourselves on that plane to the World Cup. We'll just have to wait and see how we can get on towards the back end of the season, as there is only about 16 games left now of that Premier League season. I actually thought we were only 16 games in, but it turns out we're 20-something games in now. That's crazy. So 54 minutes in, we did manage to hit the hat-trick. A corner comes in. I don't win many headers, but when I do, I normally score them, and that's exactly what happened there. We head it towards goal, it comes back off the bar, and ends up dropping in the back of the net to make it Scunthorpe 0, Hull City 3, and 54 minutes into the game, we got ourselves a hat-trick. I was absolutely buzzing. I thought, you know what, we haven't scored in either of the Premier League games earlier on. We did have 2 chances to score against Newcastle. The Norwich ones, I guess you could say, is not my fault. We didn't have any chances that I actually missed. It was more or less my team doing the missing of the chances. However, the Newcastle game, we did in fact have 2 chances, which I did miss, so there's that one there. But to get 3 or 4 chances in this one and convert 3 of them, I was very, very happy. But we had a chance, actually, to get a 5th or a 4th goal for ourselves in our 5th chance of the game. Lovely little step over to just sell the defender off. But then in my end, I just hit my strike straight against the defender. I was gutted with myself because I thought it should have been in the back of the net. There's a lot of luck about this goal, though, as Livermore does, in fact, make it 4-0 to Hull City, 76 minutes in. Came at the hands of a defender making a tackle, but it fell straight to Jake Livermore in the box. And the number 13, who has actually been quite good for this Hull City side in recent episodes, sorts that one home to make it 4-0. And we just honestly looked comfortable at that point. I didn't see us losing this game. Well, if we lost this game at 4-0 to Scunthorpe, I would have just quit the series here and then. But we didn't. We pick up a 4-0 victory, we go through to the next round of the FA Cup, and if we can get ourselves to an FA Cup final, that'll be pretty damn sweet. You can see me there collecting the match ball to say thank you very much for getting my hat-trick on the day. 5 shots, 3 goals, not too bad indeed. 10 match rating, the manager overall happy with how we played there, and that was to be expected after hitting the hat-trick and getting a match rating of 10. If it had been anything less than happy, I would have been like questioning what the hell is wrong with you, you know what I'm saying? But he was very happy with our performance. You can see there the other results around the FA Cup. So fingers crossed we can pick up our Premier League performances so it can be on that plane to the World Cup come the end of the season. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of the My Player Career Mode, though. If you have, smash that like button. As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you're new around here, subscribe so you never miss an upload, and I'll catch you all for the next episode of whatever it may be in the, tomorrow it will be. So, see you all for that video then, and I'm out. Adios.